What is going on YouTube? It's Brendan from Market Makers. Guys, sorry for the one-day delay. As I said in my S&P video that I just released prior to this video, had a family medical emergency that had to drive across the state. Everybody's fine, but I'm back at the house. If you want to hear my rant and everything on Powell and the current economic conditions, watch that S&P video. I get into it pretty heavy there. So for this video, guys, on Bitcoin, we're going to look at the current pattern still at play with Bitcoin, what my expectations are for Bitcoin with the marketplace rallying and where we could get to if the rally continues further up. So guys, go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel. Tick the notification bell. This video is going to be brought to you by BITGET, our sponsor. If you were interested in trading cryptos, check out the link in the video description. You want to come join our trading room, that Discord link also in the video description. Hope to see you guys there. It's a lot of fun. Let's talk about what's happening in the market. So the markets are rallying, guys. I do think they're capped. Obviously, these are FOMO rallies. Powell came off super dovish is a quick recap, but Powell came off super dovish and the market loved it and the market's moving up. Bitcoin moved up, posted some tea in our room about hitting this line, the 2480. This is our Kepler triangle pattern, as you can see, for multiple candles, 1, 2, 3, 4, just about, I think just about 2 weeks. So for about almost 14 days, you haven't had price close above the 23,103. And now you're on this pump candle. You hit the resistance above you at 2480. A lot of you are asking about Dante's descent. I'm still working on updating that pattern as well. That pattern to me will be violated if we break above that 25,180, that previous high from the previous box. So will Bitcoin stay here or will it move up? That's going to depend on if the S&P wants to continue to rally to that 4374 target, or if it's topped out at 4180, because it has a lot of resistance right here. And you're going to see this in Bitcoin. I want to show you the things you can look for to see if it looks like you're getting a breakout. This is your 3-day chart. Once again, Bitcoin volume is good. Remember, this is a much smaller asset than when you're comparing this to an indice such as the SPX. So this is less than $1 trillion market cap. You're getting a lot of volatility here. You can see you have this upward trend. To me, it looks like you're going to find resistance and then probably pull back down, and that's when you're going to look for a potential break, okay? So the Kepler's triangle has provided excellent resistance here at 23,103. Let's go forward and look at this in the Wyckoff perspective. This is what I want to show you. So Wyckoff perspective. What to look for, guys. This is a daily time frame, okay? I do most of my trading on the daily time frame, 3-day charts, weekly time frame. But this is what you want to look for. So we had this trading range that was established back in November, okay? Back in November of 2022, you get your climax candle, your reaction candle. This establishes your range. You get some down thrust, get some up thrust. Price followed this parabolic arc to the upside, right? So this is where we are now on the upside. This would be your backup. Price went sideways. And normal assets such as, stocks and the indices, you would see a pullback towards the top of this range here and then your pivot out. Bitcoin, because it's parabolic, did it much higher up, but it's following the same steps that you do the Wyckoff money flow, okay? So if we look at this, even though you're on an upward angle here for price, we can find where our peak is here. Let me get rid of that, find where our peak is, and then as of right now, this would be your base. You can see you have an up thrust outside your trading range here, okay? So lots of volatility in this range, but really, for this to really move up, like I said, you got to flip that 2480, which means you got to come up on top of your trading range, get up here, pivot out to the upside. Now, the key for looking for a breakout is when you do, if Bitcoin does want to move up and break out, is volume, okay? The key for a valid breakout move that tells you with confidence you're at that next level is volume. It's a 3 sigma volume bar we got on this pump, hence price rose ever since then. Now we have below average volume here the last few days, trading in this market churn. So you want to see volume increase, okay? You need to see that volume increase to really punch you out. If we look at this on our MFI, you're just above the median line here. You're in the bullish trend, but the money flow is flat. Remember, this is a volume weighted RSI, okay? This is a Market Makers Money Flow, one of the free gifts you get for joining our room. You can see we were overbought here in the previous range, and I think we're going to range here until the markets really show if the strength that they have is true or if it's a paper tiger, because they are low volume rallies in the stock market right now. So this let's go back to that 3-day chart. This range of that 24,080, okay, this is providing you a lot of resistance right now. Also because on the 3-day chart, your money flow is overbought. Again, the first time since the run up to the all-time high, you're overbought here. So this tells me you're kind of confined here unless you get breakout volume as well. So that range of the 23.1, 24.1, that 1,000-point range is kind of your volatility trading range right now. And just be aware, you're always going to be looking for shapes to be made here, showing you that you could break out to the upside or start potentially forming shapes like double tops and things like that. If we want to look at this on the daily, we got well above our 200. As you can see, it's down here. Whereas our 50 is about to give us a bullish cross across the 200 if this continues to move up, okay? Again, these are lagging indicators, right? This is not a leading indicator. One of the only leading indicators you're going to have is volume. Volume is a leading indicator. So you want to see these cross. You want to see volume breakout to really get a strong breakout to the upside. If you don't get that, what do? You get an up thrust, okay? Up thrust typically is followed by a sign of weakness where you can come back down, revisit the mid part of your trading range, or even come back down, get down thrust, come back up, and it's a process that repeats. And as you do this process, you can make patterns such as double tops, double bottoms, etc., etc. Let's go ahead and go forward here to a clean chart on the daily. Again, laid out the fib projection. I know a lot of you like to do these fib projections as well. So the trend-based fib going back to that June 18th candle up to your swing high, down to the impulsive swing low, the Wednesday, November 9th candle, okay? And you can see what you're doing here. You have it, I mean, again, you ascend it at an angle. So I'm looking for a pullback here because this is an angle of ascent here, okay? Candles just kind of kept rising, rising, rising. So I think you're going to get a pullback, and this is when you're going to see, again, in that Wyckoff structure, whether you break out here, pivot out to the upside, or you end up getting resistance rolling back over, and this is how you get double tops in the marketplace. And this is 100% in my opinion, okay? 100%. This is going to be dictated by what the equities do. If this rally is going to fade very quickly, or if it's going to have some legs and pursue that path towards 4,300 on the S&P. Now, I know there's a lot of FOMO in the crypto space. There's a lot of permables in the crypto space. We have a lot of new subs, guys. I just want to tell you, my background, my experience, the way I view this market, heavily tied to the equities market. As a matter of fact, Bitcoin has the highest correlation right now with the NASDAQ at 0.94, the highest it has been since April of last year, meaning basically moving lockstep with the NASDAQ. What is the NASDAQ? NASDAQ is heavy, overweight tech, okay? So this is considered speculative tech. This is Bitcoin. So if the NASDAQ continues to rally, which will follow the broader market of the S&P, you're going to see Bitcoin move up more. If the rally dies and fades, you're going to see Bitcoin have a lot of resistance. Now, crypto influencers will tell you, I saw Plan B tweeted something about the bottom being in, seeing a lot of crypto people talking about the bottom being in. Understand the macro environment. You are in a cycle of decay with all of the leading economic indicators pointing to a recession that will come. Remember, these rate hikes take 6 months to a year to work into the market, average being 9 months. You aren't even feeling necessarily the very first quarter point rate hike from last March. That may just now be hitting. Earnings estimates are coming down in the equity space. We have big companies reporting today with Amazon and Google. So watch what happens in this space, but you're not going into a bear market in a cycle of decay. Again, this would be not only abnormal, the indicators that we have pointing towards a recession. In the history of the marketplace, you've never had a new all-time high formed in the equity space while these indicators are showing what they're showing. And that's going to prove the same for Bitcoin, okay? This isn't your bottom because we haven't even entered the recession yet. This is just, again, to me, this is like common knowledge, okay? If the economy is getting weaker, that means the consumer is getting weaker. That means there's more debt, more defaults, more layoffs that are coming down the pipeline. You won't see new all-time highs till you have your bottoming cycle. So I'm still looking at Bitcoin to pull down after this rally dies. We'll see how long this rally goes, how much legs it has. But it's very important to understand that macro view of the marketplace, because if you only look at crypto, and a lot of these guys that talk about crypto are in their young 20s, okay, they totally missed the last two bubble cycles. You're in a massive bubble cycle. But if you only look at crypto and you look at these fractals and things from 2013, and last time Bitcoin did this, it pumped 400%. This is not the same environment nor the same market. Bitcoin has only existed in the longest bull run in stock market history, and that bull run is over. Bitcoin has never been in an equities bear market that is this dramatic, with more pain to come and more suffering to come. So I'm watching this angle here, particularly looking to see if we do get a pullback down, maybe retest the 23,101 or come back down to retest the high 22 area and see how Bitcoin handles this. Because right now, what you're doing is just testing resistance. You're getting rejected, and this is, again, this is going to develop over the next week or so, so we'll keep an eye on it. We already looked at that. Let's see if we have, what is our Caterpillar doing here on the daily? So again, predicting that last pump that brought us up to this level, that super tight compression, guys, that we had. You can see we pumped up. Second standard deviation will get you above that 25,180 area if we were to be able to pump up and hit that. So this is, the Caterpillar, the volatility and everything on Bitcoin right now, everything's blown out because of the pump. And when you have volume divergent rallies in the equities market, things are going to have to settle down at some point, and you're probably going to see some retracement as well. But right now, nothing has changed for me, my view on Bitcoin. The Kepler's triangle is showing you a very strong resistance area right here at 23.1, and you're able to spike up and hit 24.080. When I look at this in a larger time frames, again, this is an ascent angle, right? You can see the candles just pumping up, pumping up, pumping up. You're going to peak out, and you're going to come back down and retest support. And a lot's going to happen when that happens, right? This is where you're going to see how strong. Did Bitcoin flip 23.1? If it did, it needs to hold it, okay, to look for more upside. If it gets more chop in here, you're just trading in a predefined quadrant, a trading area for Bitcoin. But right now, I view all the markets, including Bitcoin, any type of rally is capped, okay? So where do I think we could get? Again, if we got more euphoria, if the equity markets push up, the next key step, if you flip 24.080, is to look at 25.180, and that is when you're basically invalidating my Dante's descent pattern. Again, I'll provide that update for you on Sunday on that pattern, guys. But this is what I see for Bitcoin, and check out my SPX video, and you'll get a lot more of the economic overview on that as well. So guys, stay frosty, have a fun weekend. Sunday kickoff show will be on Sunday. Take care, everybody.